Gohan Week continues here on Geekdom 101 as I'm giving you, as of right now, not one, not two, not three, but four big Gohan related topics this week. Four big Gohan videos, all leading up to Saturday morning, where I'm going to debunk one of the biggest lies, the biggest fake rumors in the fandom this Saturday morning on Geekdom 101. But until then, you're going to have a minimum, I might even do more if I have time, four Gohan videos, four videos about the Boy Wonder. And on this video, I want to discuss something that was a huge surprise that we did not know about in the spoilers at all. We did not see this one coming, and that is the revelation from Dragon Ball Super Episode 90 when Goku literally chose, he made his son, the Boy Wonder Gohan, the leader of Team Universe 7. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I want to have a discussion about whether or not Gohan is really fit for this role. And I definitely want people to leave their thoughts in the comments and, of course, vote in the upper right. But, of course, be sure to vote after you hear the topic, because we might bring up some interesting points that you might change your mind. You never know. So joining me to talk about this guy's kind of like the Gohan in our fandom because he has so much potential. Please welcome back to Geekdom 101. Actually, he kind of dresses like Saiyan Saga Gohan too sometimes, or so I hear.
Yeah.
Please welcome Dimsy from Dimsy's Domain.
Hello, I'm happy to be here. Let's talk about Gohan, and thank you for the flattering introduction.
I like how all you guys have like a location. Quaman's Land, Amber's Playhouse, Dimsy's Domain. Who's gonna do like, so-and-so's planet? Like, where's that at? You know what I mean?
What about Geekdom's Garage?
I don't have enough. I'm not going to change my name now, bro. It's too late. Geekdom's Gallo. Geekdom's Harem is what it should be. But, all right, so let's talk about Gohan, bro. So, okay. Well, you and I had a discussion recently. I think it was in MJ's live stream, or maybe right around then. Maybe it was off air, about whether or not Gohan's fit to be the leader here. Because from what I see, okay, Gohan has always been the warrior with potential. He's always been the guy who everyone's, said has the most potential, even Vegeta. But is he really fit to lead Universe 7, the 10 warriors from Universe 7, into a battle that will determine the fate of the entire, universe? And I look back at Gohan's character from Dragon Ball the manga, from Dragon Ball Z the anime, the movies, and Super. And there really aren't a lot of times where Gohan has shown exceptional leadership skills. We've seen Gohan kind of start out as being this kind of scared kid. We've seen him, get angry, and that's when he becomes a badass. We've seen him kind of be Krillin's like buddy. We've seen him make decisions, in a lot of the filler. For example, the episode where he went back to fight Frieza, that was not in the manga. That was somewhat, kind of leaderish. We also saw him in the Garlic Jr. arc become more of a leader. Again, that's filler, though. And then, of course, in the Android arc, he became the hero to beat Cell, but he really wasn't a leader, and he actually botched up and wound up losing his father on that. And then in the Buu arc, he got the Mystic Power, and he again botched up. So, is Gohan fit to be a leader? I think Goku, I think Vegeta, because they've both been in leadership roles, and even Piccolo, who was a leader during the Saiyan fight, he was a leader during the Resurrection F Rumble. These guys, I think, could be better leaders, as far as, like, everything, commanding, strategy. What do you think?
I agree. It's just the fact that, okay, regarding Gohan and his childhood experiences and what he done in the Z portion of the anime and what he's done so far. Firstly, of course, you don't expect him to be a leader. He was a kid, and it's more so him racking up experience. But as a leader for this tournament with such high stakes, it's all about experience. And as you said, he doesn't have that much battle experience where he is the frontline leader or he's coordinating others, or if he is the main guy of the fight, he normally does botch it up in some form or another. Now, the problem with Gohan as a leader is the fact that how many people will actually take him seriously as the leader? Now,
that's right. Because to be a leader, you have to have responsibility. And Dragon Ball both Z and Super have told us time and time again that he's always kind of screwed up his responsibilities. And yeah, I mean, he is the patriarch of his family. He is a husband and a father, but does that mean he can command, just because you're a good father and a good husband, does that really mean you can command, a soldier or armies into like war? Like this is basically going to be a big war.
But the thing is, as a husband, as a father, you get this newfound responsibility. So maybe the Gohan of old, or what we've seen of Gohan until now, is going to be a little bit more different. But then again, you could also say the fact that he was absolutely disgusted and disappointed in himself that he couldn't protect the world. And we thought, when the teaser saying that, oh, Gohan's going to train again, the many times in Dragon Ball Super when they said, oh, Gohan's going to return. But even as a father, even as a husband, he wasn't stepping up to the plate, especially in Super. He had the chance, he had the opportunity, but he didn't. He chose to go to some stupid convention instead of going to the Universe 6, Universe 7 tournament. The thing with Gohan the thing with Gohan as a leader is the fact that I actually feel like the way to get him motivated, and this is actually a big danger, but the way to get him motivated is to make him feel included, to make him feel, put some pressure on him. That's exactly what Goku did when he was fighting during the Cell arc, where they said, alright, you can do it, son, you can do it. And it seems that Goku's doing it once more. He's putting the pressure more on his son to just step up. And yes, he probably will step up, but is he going to be the coordinating genius general of the Universe Survival Arc tournament, the Tournament of Power? Is he going to be the leader? I don't think so. I think it's just a ploy from Goku to make him the pseudo leader, the de facto figurehead of Universe 7. But actually, we all know the person who's pulling the strings is going to be Goku. Now, we did say that taking people seriously, people are not going to take Goku as seriously. However, when Goku goes into his battle mode, when he's getting angry or when he's getting serious regarding fighting and martial arts in general, people will listen to him. But the problem with Goku is he's far too self-centered. So he done the right choice by not taking up the leadership position. Now the thing with Piccolo is the fact that, once again, how many people will listen to him completely? And the main
well, he's a master strategist. I mean, he taught Gohan everything he knows. So I feel like he has more credibility as a leader than Gohan does, in my opinion.
But when you look at the two black sheeps who are going to be in this tournament, in this team is of course going to be Vegeta. I don't expect him to listen to anyone.
Right.
Okay, actually there's three. There's Goku as well, who probably isn't going to listen to most. And of course, as the spoilers do suggest, there is a possibility that we have the inclusion of Frieza.
Yeah, and the thing is, Vegeta has leadership skills because we've seen him do it. Frieza certainly does, whether you like him or not. He led an entire empire.
Exactly.
Yeah, these guys have way more, and that's the thing. That was actually what I was going to ask you. Do you not think that this is a little bit of an irresponsible move by Goku to pick Gohan? Because Gohan's just never ever been, even when Gohan was fighting Cell, it took Goku, like you said, to pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing for him to do what he needed to do. A leader, granted, it's not always about power. A leader is exhibiting, leadership skills and qualities, which is, taking the bull by the horns and resolving problems. That's what leaders do. Gohan has never really done that. I just think he's a terrible choice as a leader. Not to mention that the one guy who has connections with everybody in this tournament on that team is Goku, except for Android 17, which we just established he did have a connection with now, but everybody else he kind of knows or grew up with. Gohan knows a few of these guys, but is Gohan and Tien, they're not really BFFs. Gohan and Frieza don't have that much history, a little bit of history. So it's just one of those things where I think you're right. I think it's a ploy by Goku to put pressure on Gohan. I just don't see how this guy can be a good leader. And I'm not dissing the character. I'm just saying that the leader of the team has to be able to get everybody together. And the one guy who's good at getting people together is Goku.
Yeah. But here's the thing. The way I look at it is this. You know how let's say you see these companies who are inherited by the sons or the daughters of their fathers or mothers who made the company. So the way I look at it is this. Gohan is going to be the strategist. He's going to be in charge. So he's going to make all the strategy and all the plans, etc. But when push comes to shove, when there is a need for improvisation, it's gonna automatically shift, because I honestly don't think that he is up to it. It's gonna go to Goku, it's gonna go to Vegeta, it's gonna go to Piccolo. Now regarding
Frieza.
But Frieza's gonna be a complete black sheep. He's gonna do whatever he wants. That's what I personally think. The way I look at it is this: in terms of how he's going to coordinate and kind of have connections with everyone else, is there's going to be factions in the team. So you have Krillin with his wife and of course 17, but because Gohan has the connection, a very strong connection with Krillin, so he's going to relay his instructions to Krillin, and then he's going to trust that little faction to do it. So essentially, he's the team leader, but there's going to be a lot of sub-teams, and he's going to just relay his instructions to the sub-teams. But as you said, I don't see how he's very connected to Roshi or Tien. There's a few bits and bobs which are a bit confusing in that sense, but I think that Gohan's going to be like, look, everyone, this is your role, this is what we're going to do, and people are just going to either follow it or they're not, and Gohan's he's not going to do anything about it. The person who's going to be stern and shouting at everyone, who's going to be the general, is probably going to be Piccolo or Vegeta.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to be, and maybe even a little bit of Goku as well. So let us know in the comments and definitely vote. The question is, do you think Gohan is fit to be the leader of Team Universe 7? Is Gohan a good leader in your opinion? Let us know. I think he's not. I think he's a terrible choice as a leader. I definitely would want him on my team because of his potential and his power and his experience, but I wouldn't have him as my leader. But what do you think? If you can think of a reason as to why you think he'd be a good leader, definitely let me know. But I think his track record speaks for itself. And also make sure to check out Dimsy's domain. I will leave links to not just his channel, but a very important video that he did in relation to this. So thank you so much for being here, Dimsy.
Always a pleasure.
Always. And we'll talk to y'all down the road.